Hey, hello there YouTube buddies. I'm just going to show you some projects I've been working on. This is a bit of an update on some of the things that I've been doing. And here's my first update. You have seen some videos that I've posted of parts I was buying off the internet. You've seen videos of opening meters. There's some videos on the breakers. There's 3 breakers here, one with the little push button, and a couple little small breakers here. One's a 50 amp and one's a 10 amp. This one's the 10 amp, that's the 50 amp, and I'll have them marked. One's going to be my main power, turning the whole system on and off and stuff like that. And that's the little charge controller that you've seen that I've opened. I do believe, yes, you have seen me open these up. This is where my solar panels will go in. This is for my son. This is going to be a solar charger. Alright, and this is going to be his solar coming in. I'll have little tags marked. Solar coming in, amp, current. Same thing over here. This would be the power going out, power draw from the batteries to the inverters and whatever items that he might want to power. But that's what this is. I've got a switch up here. What it's going to be set on is if, let's say, I want to go ahead and use the inverter, switch it over. This side's going to have inverter on there, and over here is going to have external. So I can run my inverter, plug things into it, power stuff if I need to, or if my son wants to. And then over here, because this is 40 amps, 40 amp switch on over, it'd be an external source. And I'll have some lugs somewhere over here that you can plug into, you know, the power and external source up to 40 amps. You know, be a fan, maybe a small heater or something like that. But that's what that switch is for, and that's the breaker for that. There will be a 10 amp one. That'd be for stuff like USB devices, things like that. There'll be a little cigarette lighter thing sitting here that'll be right beside this one that you can plug, you know, external 12 volt devices up to. So that's what this switch here be for. And I can turn that off and on, or, you know, if it's over current, it'll trip the breaker. So that's what that's for. That's going to be my 50 amp breaker. That's going to be turning the whole entire system off and on. This protects the whole system. Alright, I'm going to show you the inside of it so far. Here's the inside. It's going to have 2 batteries. I might have 18 amp hour batteries, but these are 2 12s. So maybe later in the future I'll have 2 18s that'll fit in here. But there's plenty of room for batteries. There's a little 400 watt inverter I'll probably keep in here. Debating on how I'm going to mount that. Alright, here's the back of this kit. Alright, and these are the breakers. There's my 50. Which I was showing it was a 10, but there's my 50, 10 amp, and then there's my 40 amp breaker. Switch up here has the 3 lugs on there. That'll be my center contact where power come in, then switch to either or output. Here's my first meter. That's my 10 volt meter. No, that's my amp. That's my 10 amp meter. My 50 amp meter. Hey. And here's the shunt for that. Here's my 15 volt meter, so this will be on the battery side. As you can see up here, battery side. This would be the solar side, which is, as you can tell, I've already got most of that already hooked up. Everything's heat shrinked in, wires nicely routed so far. I'm going to get some holders that hold this down on the floor so it don't move anywhere. And I've already got things hooked up to the meters. Everything's hooked up here, ready to go. So this side's ready, now I just got to bring the power out, chart for going to the batteries. And everything's going to be on here, and I'm going to have plugs to where when I take this off to work on it, I can unplug everything that's down below. And it'll be the batteries and inverter. That way the lid can come off, and if there's something I need to work on, I can. And then put it back together. Alright, and that's pretty much the update on this. This is just the inverter. As you can tell, it's bolted down with nice long screws into this plastic. That plastic is like that thick, so that's what holds that down. And as you can tell, it's in there pretty good. And I'll show you the other side again. Show you what I got on there. And here's the piece of plastic see-through window. This would be silicone through, so it's waterproof. These are, I got rubber booties I've got coming in order that these will hidden under. They keep this all nice and waterproofed through here. Got rubber booties for all this that's coming in that fits over them, and it's bolted down underneath them. That'll keep this stuff watertight. And these are already watertight and siliconed in. These are all siliconed in, waterproofed. This piece of plastic here, it's a big thick piece of mill plastic. This came out of an old LCD monitor. Here's a piece of that plastic right here. So that's real thick, heavy duty. And I just took some sandpaper to it to get rid of these little dots, if you notice it's on them. That's a diffuser for the LCD monitors. And I just took some sandpaper to the LCD monitor plastic and took the diffuser off. I still got to work on that some more. This isn't done, of course. And I'll show you more on this once I get her done and get her fixed. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll show you how I did some of the cabling in here. And talk to you guys later.